What is up, everybody? This is Mycophile Sage checking in here again, and today I wanted to do a good old-fashioned state of the grow video. If you guys remember, a couple of videos ago I told you guys that I'm going to inoculate a bunch of jars, one of them with the Floridians, grass lovers, and then also the dung lovers, right? The dung onlys. So these guys here, this is dung onlys, this is dung onlys, and yesterday I spawned one of the dung only jars, the one that I made with the liquid inoculant. So this is actually half manure and half core. So, you know, they've already started recovering. You can see sort of how some of the mycelium is starting to fluff up again, and that means they're recovering. So they're doing great, guys. So hopefully we're gonna colonize without a hitch. You know, every time dung is involved or anything nutritious, I get a little worried because no matter how well you do the process, there is always going to be a much higher chance of contaminants. Certain things you can't really control about it. It's just like sort of whether you're lucky or not. You could spawn like, you know, a couple of tubs of a dung-based substrate, and no matter what you do, it's not surprising if one or two of them do end up contaminating. It's just the nature of it. For example, with my Floridian grass lover cakes. So I started with like 7 of them, and so far around 3 are healthy and surviving. There's one that's I found a contam today, but they've been fruiting for over a month now, right? So because there's fruits, I can't show it on here, but they've been fruiting for a while now. So I'm very, very happy with the yield and everything. It's just because what I want to say is because those things have a casing layer on it, which is nutritious enough for mold to colonize. So eventually some of them do end up contaminating on the casing layer, but I use the same casing layer. They're all from the same pasteurization batch, but some of them contaminated, some of them didn't. Really, only 2 of them contaminated, you know, due to the casing layer, basically. And I did start those jars from syringes as well, so there's always going to be contaminants there. So yeah, basically, I went off on a little tangent there. I apologize. So I just wanted to do a good old-fashioned state of the grow video. Right, so if you guys remember when I inoculated these with agar wedges, right, I was telling you guys how I was kind of feeling bummed out because recently I've been having some contam problems, particularly with green mold. I don't know what kind of mold it is, but I showed you guys some plates in an earlier video. So I was, you know, feeling kind of like I didn't have high hopes. I was like, oh, these inoculations went terribly, I thought to myself, but they all went absolutely fantastic. No contams, thank goodness. So yeah, basically, and if you guys also remember, I told you guys that I'm going to experiment with the double shaking method, right? So basically, it's when you shake your grains more than once during colonization. And these 2 guys, I did double shaking, I believe. And also these guys that I spawned yesterday, they colonized very, very fast with double shaking. These guys are double shaken, right? They're both Floridian grass lovers, both all 4 of these guys, right? Different genetics though, different genetics. 2 of them are one, 2 of them are another. So you could tell the difference though, right? So these guys are double shaken, these guys are not, because I want to leave them for a little bit because I don't need to spawn them all at once. So maybe they'll make some truffles in the meantime. But as you can see, there's a big difference, right? So I shook these guys like at like 10% or something, okay? And still they're going pretty fast, right? So these are single shake, these are double shake. And as you can see, the double shake, the mycelium is a lot thinner, but it is more colonized. It looks beautiful, doesn't it? So I love these grains. They're just perfectly hydrated, in my opinion, if I may say so myself. Because lately I've been experimenting with flash prep for grains, okay? And that's basically when you don't soak it, you don't boil it, you just pour boiling water on it and leave it there for like 20 minutes, and then you put it straight in the jar and straight in the pressure cooker. Now with these guys, I actually did a different flash prep method where you actually have a cooling time after your soak for like 40 minutes. But before you cool it, you put like cold water on it and you rinse it up before you do that. So I tried that, but I find it's a little too dry. I mean, they're colonizing fine, right? But it just doesn't look as plump and nice as the other ones. But that's how it goes, you know? I mean, as long as it works, I'm all good. These guys also were made through that flash prep method. So the next time I'm going to do flash prep, I'm going to just put them directly. I won't cool them, right? I'm just going to put them directly in the jars and straight to the PC they go. And I imagine with this method, you better have some cleaner grains. You don't want to have like a bunch of junk in it, because you're not going to be rinsing it or anything, right? You won't have a chance to clean it because you literally just put the grains out of the bag straight into the hot water, and then after that straight to the pressure cooker. So make sure you have some decent grains. If you want to experiment with this, I think that grains that, this is just a thought, but well, it's not, it's based on truth, right? It makes sense. If you have grains that are made for human beings, those are obviously made to a much higher standard than those made for animals, right? So for example, these rye berries, they're made for human beings, so they're very clean. That's basically what I have to say on that. But as you can see, mycelium is very different. Now look at the difference between these guys, right? Look at the difference. It looks way drier than these guys. I don't know if you guys can really tell, but well, just a little bit drier, I guess you could say, you know. Not that it's a problem, you know, it's better to be dry than to be too moist, because I see a lot of people, they have tons of condensation in their grain jars. They're like almost getting mushy and stuff. I never had that problem even with soaking them. So I'll probably make a video on that if you'd like to soak. And for these grass lovers, I soak them in 50% coffee water. So 50% coffee, 50% water. Whereas with these guys, the poo lovers or core lovers also, I don't put any coffee in them. I just soak them with water. But you know, the soak is gonna be gone. I think I'm gonna stop soaking anyways. So only maybe for the grass lovers, because if I want to get some sclerotia, then that would be perhaps good. If I want to just do it in vitro in the jar and I just want to forget about them for a couple of months, and it will help, according to Roger Rabbit at least. You know, there's no empirical tests on it or anything, so I might even stop doing that. But anyways, yeah, so these guys are doing great. And here we have, if you guys remember, the liquid inoculant poo lovers. They're doing good, you know. Same problem with, you know, BRF cakes is that you can't shake them, so they do take a while to colonize. But this whole face is very, very nicely colonized here, but they still have a ways to go. That looks pretty cool. Doing well. So if you guys remember, I had some Mexican grass lovers, not the Floridians, but the Mexican grass lovers. And on the germination plates, I got like this weird film of bacteria on like 2 of my current plates, 2 or 3 of them. And it looks like as if it's actually under the agar. So I think maybe when I was pouring it, some bacteria may have gotten into 1 or 2 of these plates, and it's like the same kind of bacterial thing. But anyways, I was able to salvage them. You know, there's still quite a few, that's fine. Thankfully, the fastest growing mycelium out of that germination plate was away from the bacteria, so I was able to get a few good samples. So I'm growing out 4, I have 4 different mycelium from that growing on plates, and they're doing fine. So I'm very happy about that. And also there's going to be a grow along, right, on the Discord, which is going to soon be a Patreon exclusive thing. But this is for everyone, all of you OG fans who have supported me and followed me for all these months now. You know, wow, what a long, strange trip it's been. So yeah, it's free. First, I got to grow them out, you know. So me, myself, and Alik, who is also a fan of this channel. He is the one who started the Discord channel. Shout out to Alik. Check out his YouTube channel, mycophilia.official. mycophilia, right? He sent me some cool genetics and stuff. So we are both going to be making swabs to send you guys. And so hopefully within like 2 months, we could send those out, and we could set a start date, and we could all do it together. Wouldn't that be cool, guys? So it's like a big thank you from me to all of you guys who've followed this channel. I consider you guys like the OG fans, right? You guys are OG, so you guys are excellent. So that's all I really want to say, guys. So, you know, I really love clean spawn. They're all clean. They're all beautiful. I love them. I absolutely love them, guys. So I can't wait to be growing these guys out. I'm planning on a shoebox for these guys. And oh, I also made some button mushrooms on agar. So hopefully we can see what happens. I'm going to try to grow them in a shoebox, sort of like these guys right here. Yeah, that's about it, guys. All right. Have a great day or night. Mycophile Sage, checking out.